Welcome to my podcast. In the previous episode, we established that for you to communicate effectively, there's a serious need for there to be a connection between your intention, your message, your words, your tone, and the setting. So, what do you do after putting in so much effort into communicating, but people still don't understand you? I know it can be frustrating, but you need to understand that people hear and see based on their personal needs. Have you ever started a conversation with your mom where you're talking about one of her female friends who you admire because of her hard work, the way she takes care of her family, and so on, but your mom's response just go off? The next thing you're hearing is, I know I've not been able to be the best mom. I know I've not been able to provide what you need. And then you're wondering, Mommy, what did I say? For real, this happened to a friend of mine. It wasn't about what he said or meant. His mom only understood it based on how she felt and based on her needs. A fundamental need was to feel the level of regard he had for her friend. She wished she could provide for her family too, just like her friend. You understand? Something else happened last week. I got into a conversation with a friend at work. And while we were talking, he noticed my sneakers and asked, "Is this the shoe you wore yesterday?" Guess what my response was? Yes, I do have so many shoes. From my response, you could tell that I understood his question based on my need, which was to get a new pair of sneakers. I thought he was trying to question why I repeated the same shoe, and that was not even what he meant. But my response made him think that I was indirectly asking him to get me a new pair of shoes. So he said, "Why are you telling me you don't have many shoes?" Then the whole conversation went on and on and on. It was until I asked him what he meant that I realized he wanted to be sure it was the same shoe I had on yesterday, because he had noticed yesterday's shoe had an ash sole, but today's shoe he's seen a black sole. I then had to show him my sneakers. The sole had two layers. The color of one layer was ash and the bottom layer was black. If we had not taken the time to understand each other by asking questions like, "Oh, what did you mean?" we wouldn't have ended the conversation on a good note. I would have left the conversation thinking he was judging me for repeating sneakers, and he would have concluded I was stylishly begging him for a new pair of sneakers. So, when people misunderstand you, try to see things from where they are coming from. Always ask, "What do you mean?" And if you are the one explaining or speaking, ask for a feedback to be sure it's exactly what you mean, they understand. You can ask questions like, "To be sure we're on the same page, can you please explain what you think I said?" And listen properly. Until you are sure you're on the same page, do not proceed so there will be no misunderstanding. And remember, your intention can be perceived in your message. Don't just listen to all I've said. Begin to apply them and see how you will stop being misunderstood. If you missed the previous episode, please scroll up and listen to it. The title is "Why Don't They Get Me?" Also, share this with your partner, family, and friends. That's all for today, guys. See you next time.